correct? That was that maybe irritated you just a little bit, but now it's this big thing. It's just taking up your whole energy. Anybody feel that? Ever happened to them? Yes, no, yes. Paulette's saying yes, we're all saying yes. Because why? Because we're all human and we all have minds, right? This is what happens. So he said, and you know, when you're young, you kind of think, but it always comes back to me. He said, if you can stop that thought or look at that thought or look at that deeply, that in that moment, you know, and then let it go, think of how different your energy will be. Your energy will not build to that and build rather the positive energy of letting that go and refocusing yourself. So that's basically what we do with the meditation. Yeah. Observe, embrace, observe, embrace. You don't want to kick anything out and say that's bad. Put your arms around it, recognize it. If it needs more attention, give it to it, but don't stay in the energy field of irritation, but that attention. You know, that attention. Okay, I understand you really got upset. What's the causing that? Did it make you feel this way or that way? Well, let's just understand that that's not who you are. That's just a passing feeling. And then move on. And then embrace, breathe, and let go. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to practice our breath meditation, of course, the 16 breaths, but just observe how with each one, there's a wave of energy that comes and then a wave of energy that leaves. Just watch what happens when you say, I'm taking a long breath. I'm aware I'm taking a long breath. Just become aware of that and then let go. Okay, ready? Are we all ready? Are we all good? I always look forward to these meditations because my morning meditations have been more sporadic this month, but at least we have some going. So I've learned not to say, oh, you bad girl. It is what it is. Sometimes instead of being able to meet that morning routine, I just sit down for 5-10 minutes. So always remember, you don't have to do a long thing. Sometimes just sitting down for 5 minutes and just paying attention to the breath is all you need to do. It's all you need to do. And that'll refocus you. And then you can let that build organically. The mind is really supple. It'll build as you build with it. Sit up nice and straight. Roll your shoulders a couple times. We're going to have a little sawing, but we don't care. Roll your shoulders a couple times. And see if you can tuck your belly in a little deeper between the hip bones. And then if you want to, I'm going to create a little more rise here today because that, even though my knees were touching the ground, it just is easier for me to pull my belly in. So make sure you're in a place where that spine can be really straight and let the knees really fall away from the hips. This automatically straightens the spine. And you don't have to work so hard to sit, which is really good because you don't want to be working on that. Once you have your posture, your head gently between your shoulders. Just take a few deep breaths. And remember, our practice is to really bring the breath from deep within the belly and letting that diaphragmatic action end there as well. And then have the intention of dedicating this practice to the building of your capacity for being present. Breathing in a long breath. I know I am breathing in a long breath. Breathing out a long breath. I know I am breathing out a long breath. Breathing in a short breath. I know I'm breathing in a short breath. Breathing out a short breath. I know I am breathing out a short breath. Breathing in, I'm aware of my whole body. Breathing out, I'm aware of my whole body. I'm breathing in and making my whole body calm and at peace. I am breathing out and making my whole body calm and at peace. I'm breathing in and feeling joyful. I'm breathing out and feeling joyful. I'm breathing in and feeling happy. I'm breathing out and feeling happy. I am breathing in and I'm aware of the activities of the mind in me. I am breathing out and I'm aware of the activities of the mind in me. I am breathing in and making the activities of the mind in me calm and at peace. I'm breathing in and I'm aware of my mind. I'm breathing out and I'm aware of my mind. I'm breathing in and making my mind happy and at peace. I am breathing out and making my mind happy and at peace. I'm breathing in and concentrating my mind. I am breathing out and concentrating my mind. I am breathing in and liberating my mind. I'm breathing out and liberating my mind. Breathing in, and I'm observing the impermanent nature of all teachings of nature. I'm breathing out, and I'm observing the impermanence of all nature, teachings, dharmas. I am breathing in, and I'm observing the fading of all dharmas. I'm breathing out, and I'm observing the fading of all dharmas. I'm breathing in and contemplating liberation. I'm breathing out and contemplating liberation. I'm breathing in and contemplating letting go. I am breathing out and contemplating letting go. Once you have let go, you can live in peace and joy in the very midst of life. I'm sitting quietly, just breathing in and breathing out. Let's focus on breathing in and contemplating letting go, and breathing out, contemplating letting go. following the breath, repeating, I'm breathing in, contemplating letting go. Maybe some thought will come up of something that needs to be let go of. Maybe the body gets softer as you let go. Sense of not holding on, letting the breath even go deeper. See if you can sense more stillness. See if there is any tension in the body, and then let go of that too. Keep your neck down, your chin down toward your chest. Keep your posture back, shoulders back. And now begin to take a whole body breath. And then we'll do the body scan, starting at the toes. 3 breaths at the toes. Three breaths at the ankles. Just nice, soft breaths, nothing laborious. Three breaths at the knees. Three breaths at the hips. Three breaths at the navel. Three breaths at the fingertips. Three breaths at the elbows. Three breaths at the shoulders. Three breaths at the solar plexus. Throat. Middle of the forehead. And just top of the head. One full deep breath. Toes to top of head. Head to top of toes. Coming back gently. Hands on the heart. To finish our meditation, hands together. And we'll bow to each other. Namaste very deeply.
Namaste.
Namaste. All right. Good job, you guys. Hi, Elaine. Hi, George. Hi, Beverly. Okay, so you guys ready to sit longer now? very quiet. It was a very peaceful meditation. In spite of the sign, did you hear the sign? Anybody hear the sign? How did you do with the letting go with the sign? Pretty good? So? It's kind of good to have that sign there, right? What are we talking about? Letting go, being in the present moment, letting things just come and go. That whole energy of potential irritation, what we talked about, right? It was all there for us to practice. Well, I couldn't have planned it better. Thank you, I should tell my contractor. So that's exactly what Going Could You is talking about. Something comes up and it starts to get to us just a little bit, and then a little bit more, and then a little bit more. Before we know it, we're all about the song, right? Hopefully it didn't go that far for any of you, but hi, Layla, you made it. Hi, Davey. Good. My sister Christina says hi. She's flying back from Hawaii today, so she's probably not going to join us. I think she said today she'll be here on Friday. Hi, Jimena. So a nice full class. Good. Okay, well, we had fun, didn't we? The beauty of the meditation is never the same, right? Every day you sit down and it's like a whole different thing. Well, okay, all the people who are in meditation are going to the bathroom. Did you notice that? Good. So how is everybody doing? Open your mics and let's say hi to everybody. Say hi, and then it's already recording, so you may have been prompted to accept the fact that it's recording. I'm not sure what happens if you join after we've started recording. Did they ask? Yeah.
It came up again.
Yeah, it came up again. Okay, I was just wondering if you joined after, because yeah.
No, it was during your meditation portion.
Okay, let you know that we're recording. Good. It's supposed to do that. It's a new law that they have to let you know if they're recording. If I'm recording, you may not know, even though you can see the button, right? But you have to agree that it's okay. So most likely you wouldn't come if it's not okay. But so good. How's everybody doing? Good. So it's Wednesday. Wednesday is always kind of like, let's get energized for the rest of the week, right? Because by now we're doing so much. So you're back on the Big Island now. Where are you, Layla? Oahu or Kauai?
I'm on Kauai, so Rod is watching Wesley, so he just took him to the beach.
That sounds nice, to the Hawaiian beach. Well, it's finally sunny here and clear skies, so we are excited. We kind of even, I'm going to move back a little bit in a minute. We are excited because finally it's not smoky. It was so smoky here that I thought, what am I doing living in California? What happened to my mind that I'm here? It was so smoky. How are you doing, Elaine? Hanging in there? Yes, she had a loss, as I told you guys. I told the class that John passed away. I hope you don't mind. So they would know that, you know, we had that happen too. A lot of us knew him, had coffee with him when we used to, remember, have coffee over at Whole Foods after class. Yeah, that was fun. Good old days. Okay. You probably won't hear any more tree cutting like we did on Monday. That was kind of bizarre. But today you might hear some planes, a lot of helicopters. Just stay focused. I know, just listen to it and let go. So we have been working on, we did the hip slides on Monday, right? So we're going to continue to work with that area, but we're also going to do the upper body opening, the upper body releasing the tension in the neck, super important. I'm going to move back. I may have to move this back further. You'll have to tell me. Okay, there we go. Now you can see my whole mat. Yes. Yes or no? I need my feedback because I can't tell what you can see. It's a little different. Okay, good. All right, I can see that you can see that. Okay. So sit up nice and straight before we go down on the ground. We're going to do this before your relaxation to see if that prompts even better relaxation. Okay, sit as much as you can on your sit bones, so whatever you've got available to you. Lift your arms up, look up, press your arms together, and then bring them down past your head as much as you can. Oh, here he comes. Someone else is coming. Lori. Maybe the kitten got better. Do that. So. Hi, Lori, you made it. Good. Kitten okay? She's not sure. So your hands are up. Well, that made it worse, didn't it? Jiminy Christmas. I'm gonna have to get another camera. Okay, better? Okay. Well, not better. My head's still, I don't understand what's going on. Okay, hold on. Now bring your arms down, up and down.
I think it's the distance, Augie.
I have to go further back.
Yeah, that's my guess.
Okay, Beverly, I think you're right. I'm gonna move that other thing. Hold on. All right, now I spilled my water. Okay, is that better? Not really. Anyway, lift your arms up and then bring them down and then up, look up and then bring them down and then look up. Now keep your elbows moving away from you. So you really have a big opening, and then bring your hands up again. And then all the way down. This, where do you feel this, guys? Talk to me. Right in here, and the upper shoulder and neck area. Yep. So yes, feels good. Then look up and look down. My palms are together like in prayer position, okay? So keep your hands in prayer position the whole time. As you go up, give it a little pressure, but keep it in prayer position and look up. And then when you come down, press your palms together to help you open the elbows. Don't let your palms separate. Stop wherever that is, like it's right above my head right now. Okay, so you don't want your elbows here, 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 way out, way out. Then reach up. If your palms separate here, then keep your arms here. If you can bring it down lower, bring it down lower. But now they start to separate, stay there. Go back up, inhale it up, and then come down. Good. Did you feel the warmth of that behind your neck and shoulders, guys? Yes? Yes. Yes or no? Yes. Okay. So according to Isha Yoga teacher, Sadhguruji, this is one of the things we should do every morning along with them, because it really helps to release the tension in the neck. Anybody feel the warmth in that area? Was it hard to keep the elbows apart? Really hard. Yeah. So and the more tension, like here, when I first started this, I couldn't go any further than just the top of my head. So wherever you are, just stay there and work the elbows back, putting more pressure on the palms. That's what helps you open it up. That lifts the whole, watch what happens, the whole lift in your ribcage happens. And now squeeze your navel in, take that elbow further apart, and then come down nice and slowly. That's the last one. Give it that pendiculation. And now lay down, everybody. Let's do our relaxation. Watch also what happened in the heart area. You immediately started to wake up. Yes. It's kind of amazing to me how we can have so much tension so fast. We do this every day. We still have a lot of tension. Okay. And sitting here now, when you're laying down now, really just take that full body scan. You're looking to see, what is my body doing? Is my body starting to hug the floor? So we're really only looking to hug that floor right now. Super deeply hugging the floor. See if you can get in touch with that shoulder blade area and the top of the shoulders there. We just warmed up. Yeah, which feels so good. Oh, Jamie's not here. That's right, Jamie's not here. Okay. And start your body scan. Now we're going to start at the top of the head. Top of the head, back of the head. Let the head be really heavy. Back of the neck. You're just taking an inventory of how things feel on the floor. Back of the neck, top of the shoulders, shoulder blades, arms, wrist, fingertips, fingers and hands. Open them up, let them go. So practice softening the muscles towards the floor, opening this area right away. Take a deep breath. See if you can tuck your shoulder blades under just by pulling them down a little bit. And now focus on the chest, the belly, the hips, the legs, the heels, the ankles, the toes. Breathe into that whole body. Surrender the body to the floor. And now just take 3 breaths. And before we do anything else, we're going to do our Viparita Karniya. Once a week, we need to do the Viparita Karniya together to remind you to do the Viparita Karniya on your own. Viparita Karniya. You can use your blocks. You can use your wheel. If you don't have a wheel, they've started making wheels in different sizes. So if you're a smaller person, you may want to take a smaller wheel. If you're a taller person, you may want to take a larger wheel. They're not that expensive and they're super worthwhile to buy because you get a lot of benefit from the wheel. And we can do a wheel workshop if we have enough people. If you're doing the blocks, make sure they're right under your hip joints, right here, the hip joints. If you're doing your wheel, make sure your blanket doesn't interfere with the wheel. Like my blanket's a little too big. So I'm going to roll it a little bit and get my height that way. So I can get my wheel really close to my lower waist. That lower waist is elevated. So I'm all the way up and even a little further if I can, because now the sit bones are right, not the sit bones, the sit bones and the hips are right on the wheel and my legs are up. I'll check you in a minute. Then tuck your shoulders under and make sure your neck is free off the blanket. Now it is. And then that's it. And this will be a 5-minute one only. So you've been at 5. Now what I want you to do is flex your feet a couple times. So that means you tuck this way and that way, this way and that way. And then lift your foot and allow yourself to just gently point the toes without contracting your legs. Let me see everybody. Put your tongue on your palate. And breathe. So yesterday it was so hot here and so uncomfortable. In the middle of the afternoon, I just did a little Viparita Karni, and it was so good to just take that time for myself. All right. Nice, everyone. Let me see. Good. Good. Nice, Ximena. Good. Lori, good and good. Good. Layla, good. Bring your hands towards your real Layla. So bring your arms in. Yeah, there you go. You don't have to hold it. You just bring them in closer under you so that the arms are lined up with the shoulders instead of out somewhere, guys. Good. Okay. Good. Nice, Marilyn. Now, Marilyn, flex your feet a couple of times. See if we can get that knot out behind the knee. Roseanne, pull your legs back towards me a little bit. Rosanna, there you go. And Elaine, point your toes towards the ceiling, nice and softly. That's it, nice. Paulette, bend your knees. Pull your knees in towards your chest a couple times. One more time, do it. Yeah, there you go. Now from there, straighten your legs. That's it. Feel the difference behind the knee? Feel the difference in the position of the hips? Yep, the legs. There are little tricks you can do. Experiment that, but you want the legs right over the hip joint. That's it, Lori. Nice. And now pull that. And now pull it back just a little bit towards the wall. The legs, Lori. Yep, there you go. Nice, George. Very nice and straight. Very nice. Good, Ann. Where's Beverly? Okay, Beverly, you do the same thing. Bend your knees deeply and then straighten your legs one more time. Yeah, bend your knees. Now pull your toes up to the ceiling as you go slow. Go slow. And now pull your, yeah, there you go. Nice and slow. Good. Now pull your legs away from you towards the wall. Yeah, more. Trust yourself. You're going to be fine. Good girl. Stop right there. Breathe. Good. Tongue is on the palate. Watch how the mind softens in this position. In the grip of the mind. Here's a great place we were letting go. It was one of our mantras for our class, meditation class this morning. So here's a great place to inhale. And I'm aware of contemplating, or I'm aware of letting go, either one. And I'm on your exhale, same thing, just let go. Let go. And then register the sensations. For me, I'm always feel sensations in my ankles and in I have more congestion in my ankles if I'm working hard all day outside or working. Then I start to do this and I focus on my ankles and I can feel the sensations in my ankles as this inversion starts to take hold. Let the inversion take hold of you. This is the benefit of doing something so amazing and so simple. This is your youth serum. And this is what allows you to rejuvenate your organs. So not only is it the breath, but we are doing a powerful ancient technique of revitalizing our organs, removing the pooling in the body, and there is your clock. So now we're going to gently bring the right leg down and put it on the floor and keep the left leg up. Okay, good. Good, everybody. I'll do it with you. You can hold on to your wheel or hold on to your blocks to make it a very nice, deep front stretch to the right leg. And then bring up the right leg and bring your left leg down, point your toes. Really stretch the whole front part of the body. And just do it back and forth. So just come down with the right leg now. Keep the left leg up pointed. Breathe into it. Take a few deep breaths. Then reverse it. Whatever you like. Maybe you like to hold it for one breath. See if there's more attention on one side versus the other. Be your best observing self. We want to keep the observing self here. See if after doing this a couple times, it just becomes a little easier. And then again, one more time. So just 2 more times before we come down for a rock and roll. Just nice and slow. Enjoy it. And then bring both legs down if you can before you come off your block or your wheel. Then if you're on your wheel, put your feet on the ground, pull your wheel out. If you're on your block, same thing. You could do 1 block at a time or 2 blocks, up to you. Nice. Now we're going to lay down. And just take an inventory of our back already. We've done a deep back movement, changed everything. So just take a little notice of that. Awareness is everything. Breathe softly and gently. See your shoulders. See if you can come up on your head a little bit. Pull your shoulders back. Open your heart. And then bring your legs up slowly. And then gently start your rock. I have my hands on my thighs here. And then I'm going to move them down, just wanting to keep my thighs really still. I'm just working on isolating. And then I'm just going to put my hands down by my sides. This is 3 on the side. Now slow it down. And then bring your hands under your head. Elbows way out to the sides. Inhale, look back. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, look back. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, look back. Exhale, look down. Inhale, look back. Exhale, look down. Flatten your back and hold the tuck of the waist to the floor. And then inhale slowly. Let all the muscles of the lower back relax as you roll your head and your tailbone down. Simultaneous action. Open your eyes and look way back. And then on your exhale, look way forward. And cross your chest to your knees, flatten that back more and more. Rock again, super slowly. This will be the last one, so go nice and slow. Look all the way back. And then slowly come all the way forward. And release your head. Bring your arms down. you're going to notice that your lower back is closer to the floor. Your hips are more level and your shoulders are more open. Anybody notice that? Flipping around. So you notice I've been all this month, I've been doing these two together. So the leg lifts with these. So I want you to get in the habit of kind of doing these together, even when you're doing them at home. Okay, so you're laying down. And then pull your arms out a little bit more. So I just pull my elbows out to really open the, really reduce the gap between the floor and my arm. Now in this position, you're going to take 3 full yogic breaths. So feel the breath into the belly. Feel the belly rising and falling. A little pressure against the floor. Keep your legs soft. So you're just breathing. Good. So diaphragmatic breathing, changing the nervous system, changing the flight syndrome. And now release your left ear to your right hand, left hand down on the ground. Now move your elbow out one more time and descend the right shoulder as far as you can. Look over that right shoulder, lift your head, and then bring it down. You're only lifting your head enough to look over. Go nice and slow. Make sure you can get your ear down on your hand. It may be a little bit hard. You can feel a big stretch on the left side and big pendiculation on the right. So now observe everything that comes into play as you come up again. Look over your right shoulder. Come down. Now close your eyes after you've come down. Visualize just the elbow rising. Don't lift it. Just visualize it. Visualize the elbow rising. And visualize it coming down nice and slow. Visualize it rising. Now what I did here, I want you to see if you can pull your right hip down towards the ground as your elbow goes up. And then come down slowly. And again. Now rest. Keep your head nodding. I'm almost like kissing my shoulder. My head's so close. And I'm going to lift just the head and the elbow. I got my eyes open. I'm looking past my elbow and I'm bringing it down nice and slow. 3 times. Watch the pendiculation that's happening on the right side of the neck. If you have tension there, you're going to feel a little bit more of that. But when we do the other side, it'll be gone. Nice, nice. Okay, good. Now rest. And begin to lift your left leg. Oh, you can just rest with your hand on there. Yeah, we're not taking a big rest. We're just taking a little breath. Rest like let go. So then let me see you lifting just your opposite leg. So in this case, it will be your left leg. Yeah. You lift the leg enough from the ankle that the whole leg comes off the ground, not just the calf. Feel the lift of the leg. Okay, then bring it down. We're having a little bit of leg issue. Either you're lifting too high or too low, guys. It's 3 to 4 inches off the ground. Breathing very gently, just lifting the ankle until the leg comes off the ground. Let me see everybody here. Good. So the knee, there should be no bend in the knee. The knee should be straight. Good. Good. Better, better, good. Good. Now see how nice and softly you can do that? I love it. Good job, everybody. Now rest after that fourth one. And just breathe. And take in the sensations of what happened when you were lifting that left leg versus leaving it in neutral. Now do me a favor and visualize the next action, okay? Before you do anything, you've got the elbow, you've got the ankle, you've got the string. You got that one breath that brings it up, and you have the one breath that releases it down. There is that pause in the breath so that you're up there for an inhale, and then you're pausing, and then you exhale it down. That pausing creates a little bit of breath retention, allowing your body to get a little more prana. And again. Make your eyes closed. Go super slowly for your last one. Keep your eyes closed. Just imagine it and see how easy it is when you add your imagination to it. And then bring your head down, arms down, chin down. Roll your head slowly. See if there's more tension in the right, more sensation, or in the left. And then rest completely. Shoulders down on the ground. And then let's do the other side. Flip over to the left side, everybody. Well, you don't have to. You can stay where you are. Only I have to flip. Okay. And then we're resting here. Get that shoulder down. Move it out. Turn the head all the way over on top of the arm. And then we look over the left shoulder. Just lift our head just a little bit. Make sure you get your ear on the ground, not your cheek. And then lift again. Watch how the shoulder will want to come up. See if this time you can keep the shoulder completely relaxed and just lift the head. And elbow back down. And then we're going to lift the elbow and the head. We're just going to put these two together and soften it down. Now, if you haven't been doing these may feel a little bit tricky. Keep sending your brain waves the information. Relax my right shoulder. It's this loop. The more you can sense it, and the body moves, the more you're reprogramming. Now close your eyes, imagine it, and do it for the last time. Now pause and rest. Now lift the right leg only. Remember, you're pausing and then exhaling, letting go slowly. You should feel like your whole body is exhaling the floor. Now surrender to the floor. Take a few deep breaths. And then you begin to draw that line in your imagination before you do anything. Let's see everybody. Go nice and slow. Draw the line. Bring your feet closer together. Your legs should be next to each other, a little closer together. Yeah. Make sure you guys, your hips and your legs are lined up. Ready? Nice. Elbows, legs come up together and then surrender down. Nice, nice, everybody. Let me see. I'm gonna spotlight you guys. That's nice. Good. Good. Okay, so Roseanne, see if you can look to your elbow and pull your elbow, draw your elbow up a little higher. That's it. Good. And then on that pause, you feel the pendiculation and then let go slowly, slowly. Okay, come down. Did you guys freeze? Yeah, there you go. Inhaling up. And then coming down slowly. Good. So that's good. Much better, George. Now, George, this time I want you to flop your elbow up. Just flop your elbow up. Don't do anything else. Just lift your elbow as high as you can. Okay, good. That's it. Then add the leg. Good. And then come down. So I'm going to have you working in that area. Now relax that shoulder completely. Pull your shoulder out. Pull your elbow out just a little further from your body, George. I'm just working. There you go. Good. Now go one more time. Nice and slow. Slow, slow, slow. Beautiful. Don't work so hard. Just slow and then come down. Nice. All right. Beautiful. Okay. Now everybody put your head down on the floor. Bring your arms down by your sides. Put your head down on the floor and begin to gently rock your head. Rock your head side to side. Let me see, Paulette. Shoulders are really reaching for the ground. Chin is tucked under. Good. All right, good. Everybody turn onto your backside now. Good. Take a deep breath. And relax completely. Let the floor hug you. Feel your back. Feel your backside. Okay. All right. So to finish this, we're just going to flip back and we're going to do two more aspects of this that we don't always do. One is the head lift. When you do the head lift and you're laying there, the arms are really out and the head is on the floor. And what you do is first you press the chin into the ground, and then you start to lift from the chin, and then you say chin lift, lift, lift. And you let everything be really soft. So if this was the ground, I'm just going up like this very slowly. And I don't let my shoulders rise at all. This really liberates the neck off the shoulders. So I'll demonstrate on the floor if you want to watch it. It's not hard, but what we tend to do is we tend to use the shoulders. I don't want you to do that. My palms are on, I'm going to switch where my palms are. It's right on my forehead, and I'm moving my elbows way out. Now my nose is already touching the ground. Now I'm going to lift my chin, and I open my eyes, and I look up. And then I come back down, rest my head. Very slow action. Each time you do this, the neck muscles start to work the neck, and your head will come up higher. But look at my shoulders aren't doing any work. They're flat on the floor. And I just keep lifting my head by lifting my eyes and engaging my neck muscles. This is super great for any tension in the neck, and also to build the neck muscles to be stronger and not rely only on the shoulders. You're going to do it very slowly. Make sure you just isolate those neck muscles, not the shoulders. Go really slow. Your head doesn't have to go up too high. It may take 4 or 5 times before you can really look up. If you're going up too high, you're probably using your shoulder and neck muscles, so don't go too high. Rather, you go low and feel the neck muscles contracting behind by your neck, in the back of your neck. Those neck muscles are kind of contracting and releasing. So if the neck muscles are over contracted, they can't hold your head. They just cause a lot of pain. This is where a lot of tension happens. Anybody have any questions? Remember, it's your eyes that look up. There are the eyes that bring the head up. And really the shoulders stay on the ground. Good. How's it going? Anybody have any questions? Do you feel the neck muscles working? Yes or no? Contracting and releasing? Yes. Okay, good. This is such a good exercise. So do it. This is where total of 10 times. I would do it 4 times with my eyes closed now. Close your eyes. So you're gonna still move your eyes up. So as if they were open, directing the head to go up, but keep your eyes closed and look up. Just go as high as you want, but keep the shoulders really out of it. And then bring it back down and rest. 1 breath between each lift. Then inhale up again, look up with your eyes closed as high as you can. And then you pause up there and then bring it down slowly. Do it 1 more time, looking all the way up with your eyes. Slowly bring it down. Remove your arms and just rest on your forehead. Don't move your neck side to side. Just rest on your forehead, becoming aware of all these muscles in just your neck muscles contracting and releasing. Anybody feel that contracting? No, releasing now after we contracted it so much. Anybody feel that? Yes, good. Okay. Any sensations in the neck, just register them. They're not bad or good. We just have to register them. The consequence of this is that the head stays up more organically. Your neck muscles are constantly contracting. Now they're relaxed, and you'll feel more circulation to the neck and cerebellum. We're going to do the same thing now with the legs. It's a little different action, so you might want to just watch it. We've done it before, but I want you to watch it anyway because it eases your mind and knowing that you know what you're doing. So the head is just down and the hands are by your sides here like this. And then bring them all the way down. Pull your shoulders down. My head is leaning down towards my chest. So not up like this, but down. And now I'm going to pull my shoulders down and I'm just going to lift my legs as I pull my shoulders down. And then I'll let it go. You notice I didn't lift the whole leg. You just do a little bit. Shoulders down. Pull your tailbone down. And as I do it, my legs will go up slowly. What I want you to focus on is a sensation between the heel and the shoulders. You're going to feel that the shoulders will want to come up and help the legs. Soften the shoulders down. Isolate that little lift of the legs. So I don't care how high you go. What I really care about is that you do that deep contraction, which is happening way deep in the lower back to help you do this. And you let the shoulders go. Okay, let's try that. Okay. If you have any questions, you can ask me now. Legs should be together. They don't have to be touching, but they should line up. Put your shoulders as close to the floor as you can. Bring your forehead down towards the floor. Yes? Good, now rest. Just rest for a minute. Take a few breaths. It's a great place to take a few breaths. And visualize the legs coming up just a little bit, and then follow that with your action as you inhale. You're lifting from the heel. Good. Pausing and then bringing it down. Let it go. Yeah, good. Relax the shoulders. Really allow the isolation of that action. Remember, yeah, Beverly. Yes,
Okay.
Beverly.
As you're lying down and lifting our legs, right? Just our legs. How far is the lift? Is it from the hip to the heel, or is it the knee to the heel?
So it's a progressive thing. So start slowly and just lift the ankles, okay? And then let them come down. Then, and relax. Let your body determine how high you're going to lift, okay? So it's an organic thing. So you lift a little bit and then you let go. And about the 5th or 6th lift, or maybe the 7th lift, you're going to, the leg will lift a little higher organically. You don't want to force the whole leg up, and you don't want to force the whole leg off the ground. The legs are really heavy. These are your heaviest muscles, right? But what we're doing here is we're trying to get those back muscles that are oftentimes contracted and which don't give you a lot of freedom in the lower back to contract and let go. So you're just lifting the legs organically a little bit and then down. You saw I lifted it just a little bit and I dropped it a little bit and I dropped it. So really important with the dropping action to drop the legs, super let them go, and watch what's happening in the shoulders. So any little sensation in the shoulders is registering the places where you want to help or where it's still a little not, participating. So the shoulders, when you walk, they go back and forth, and there's movement in the shoulders with the legs. Here, we're trying to let the shoulders move separately from the legs. We don't need them to move together. They move together opposite direction. So we want that freedom to happen. So just do it a few times and then a few more times. You don't have to go high. Just feel it. Just feel it. Breathe it. Feel where you feel it in the hip. Anybody can tell me afterwards. We'll have a little conversation because this is new to us. We haven't really worked on this one. Good. And then exhale as you let go. and really let go. You know, don't grip anything if possible. Beautiful. All right, and now everybody do the last one and rest. Good. And rest by turning around on your back. Turning on your back, relaxing your shoulders. And then relaxing your legs. Tell me what you feel in the hips and in the back, the lower back. Feels pretty aligned, doesn't it? Anybody feel that? Yep. Yeah, good. How about you, Marilyn? How you feeling? Good? Roseanne? George? Good. Is there a little warmth in the lower back? Yes? Yes. Yes, good. It's a little warmth. Create a little more circulation where there's usually congestion, a little more energy, a little more life force. Not a little more, actually. If you're feeling that warmth, you've created a lot more than's normally there. So not only is there freedom in the leg, but there's freedom in the willpower now. You'll feel the body opening up in the front side as the back side releases. Good. All right. Now just take a deep breath from the navel to the top of your head. And then when you come back, really take the breath deep down, all the way to the pubic bone if you can. And release any tension there. So do that 3 times. Start by putting your awareness right on the pelvic body floor, the full floor of the pelvic body. And then inhaling, just gently, nothing crazy. And then exhaling, and then just let go all the way down to the pelvic floor. Watch what happens when you relax, consciously relax the pelvic floor. You almost feel like there's a big opening. Anybody feel any opening going? Maybe. Yes. Okay, good. Excellent. Tension in this area creates a lot of issues, bladder, UITs, all kinds of, what do you call it? Impotency, all kinds of stuff. So this is really, really a great exercise to rejuvenate. So area, so interesting, isn't it? Okay. Just a couple more breaths. Be really grateful that you did the work. I know that's not an easy one to do. It requires a little more attention. We haven't done it that often. And now we're going to sit up. Okay. Because we're going to be doing the trunk releases, another different type of trunk releases, we're going to do our hip slides like we did on Monday, except for that we're going to do them all together one time, all 4 elements, which is what? The 4 elements are the hip coming forward as the head goes back, and then the whole body coming forward, opening the back as you pull the hip back. So if I know you weren't with us on Monday, so do this nice and slowly if you weren't with us on Monday, or you can just break it up and just do the hip slides and the hand rolling back. It's up to you. Those of you, so if you weren't with us and you don't want to do the whole thing, just work on the hip slides forward like this, and then hip forward and head back. If you were with us on Monday, you do the whole thing. Hip comes forward, arm goes back, hip goes back, and the whole body comes forward. Pulling the hip back, opening the lower back, okay? Remember to be soft. Do it 5 times on this side, and then we'll move to the other side. Make sure your legs are up towards your knees, a little higher, Jimena, just a little higher with the knees. There you go. Good. Good, everybody. So just slide your hip forward, Jimena. We're just working on put your hands on your hips like this. Grab the hip with your hand like that and just pull it in and back, back and forth. Yeah, you're just trying to create a little freedom there. Yeah, good. Just do that 5 times. Yeah. And that's okay, because you don't want to go way past. Good. But the rest of you were here on Monday. I want the whole thing. Gwen, whole thing. Good, Lori. Good, George and Rosanna. We're here Monday. Good, 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 good. Paulette and Marilyn. Good. The other guys, I can't see you. Fine. Then when you did your 5 times, then rest. And we'll go to the other side. Yeah, rest by putting your legs on the floor. That's it, Gwen. Now really pull that hip back. Now I want you to go up one more time for me, Gwen, and pull your hip forward as you go. There you go. That's it. I saw that. Good. Now don't let the knees go back. Keep them floating forward. Good. And now come back. Pull the knee back as your arm comes up and roll forward. Good job. Okay, I think you got it. Now rest. So why are we resting? Resting is the place where the brain gets a chance to integrate what we've been doing. So hurrying is great, but there's not a lot of brain integration there. As you know, when you hurry, you always feel like you're losing a sense of yourself, right? You don't remember where you put your keys. You don't know if you got everything you needed, da, da, da. So if you slow it down, then the brain can register your activities. Okay, let's do the other side, please. You can watch everybody a little bit. And remember just to relax, feel that hip moving into your hand and move. And as it does that, the leg just slides forward. Just really focus on isolating the activity of the hip. It's so important. Yeah. Nice. Nice, Mena. Good. Good, Elaine. Good. Relax, everybody. Just a couple more times. Those of you who are here on Monday, I want to see the whole action, not just the hip. Yeah, that's it. Go back. Yeah. Okay, good. It feels so good. Once you get the rhythm of this with the whole back, feels so good. Nice. All right. And now rest after you did your 5. Excellent. So we're going to be working on more rotations of the trunk, different exercises. We did this before. We didn't do all the elements. So we're just going to do as many of these elements as we can before we okay. So lay on the floor, on the ground. Legs are up and they stay with the hip. Okay. Stay with it and just sway your legs a little bit side to side, just to kind of feel this rotation of the hip here. Just to feel the rotation of the hip. And it's very gentle. I'm not in a hurry. Okay. Then stop. And take your left leg and just kind of put it over the right leg. But you're going to sway now. Keep your right shoulder. We're not going to do the shoulder yet. We're going to isolate every single action. We're going to pivot on that foot. We're going to pivot to the left. And we're looking to the right, even though we're not moving our arm. And then we're going to come back and bring your head back. So there's 2 elements here already. The leg goes over and the head goes over to the right. And then you bring your head and knee back at the same time. So start your pivoting and your rotation of your head at the same time. Go nice and slow until they come together. It may take a couple of times before you feel like you're synchronizing it. Nice and slow. You're tucking that shoulder under. And you're bringing it back. Now we're going to add the arm. We're going to roll the arm up. The minute the leg starts to pivot and the head starts to come over, doesn't have to go above your head. You're just rolling it up wherever. If your head's already over, stop your arm. And then bring it back nice and slow. Everything together. Just roll slowly. See, watch each time things will change. Like this time the arm came up a little bit more. It's feeling a little more free. You tell me where you feel this. You might feel this all in the right hip joint. Just bring it back nice and slowly. This is a rocking action of the pelvic body back and forth, which we do when we walk. And if our trunk is really tight, then we don't do that. We just push our hips forward and back. So again, nice and slowly, simultaneous actions, register it. Pause. And then come back slowly. Bringing the head back. Then release that leg. And then we do the other opposite side. There's more elements we're adding nice and slowly, but first we're going to go to the other side. And now what happens? Just the legs go over to the right as the head looks over to the left. The first time, maybe you're not synchronized, but then you will be. And then again, flies up. And come back slowly. See if this is smooth or you're jerking. See, that was a little jerky that time. It was much smoother to the other side, so slow it down. Okay, I'm going to slow it down because I felt the jerk. It should be very soft, easy movement. I'm moving my head and my leg. It doesn't have to go too far. That was better. Bringing it back together. Anywhere there's jerking, there is sensory motor amnesia. It's your responsibility to find that jerk, slow down the action. Then the brain starts, oh, I see. She needs information to be able to do that. And then I bring it back. Okay. Now let's add the arm and the leg and the head. So now we're going to go rolling it up. And right about there, it stopped. It's not very high, but that's what it was. And I come back slowly because I don't want to jerk. So watch what's happening in the spine. They're going in opposite directions, starting to ring out the whole spine. And allowing there to be freedom, the head going in one direction, the hips going in the other, the arm going, opening the side, lateral side of the body, just like you would do in some normal activities of life. Good. And then now bring it down. Both legs are back to neutral. Arms are back to neutral. Now we're going to swing our leg. We're going to put our right leg back over the left. I mean, left leg over the right. Sorry. Left leg over the right. Sorry. And now we're going to take our leg over to the left and we're going to reach down to the right heel. I mean, to the left heel. Like, yeah, right heel. Sorry, right heel. And then we're going to come back. We're going to do this 3 times. Watch what's happening in your trunk. There's going to be you're going to really have your waist is really going to contract here. Tuck your shoulder under, look down. And come back slowly. And then again, go down nice and slow. And come back slowly. And rest, just 3 times. Do you feel the activation on the right side of your waist? Anybody? Yes, good. Doesn't take much. Now we do the right leg over left. We're going to go to the right, and we're going to reach with the left arm, and we're going to look to the left. Everything simultaneous. And we're going to come back. You can see why we did the previous exercise before. Really warming up the lower back for this nice pivoting action. Go nice and slow down. And come back slowly. That wasn't as nice as I liked, but this 3 times is all we do. So just let that register and breathe. Now we're going to do the arms. We're going to do upper trunk rotation. Bring your arms up. Point your arms to the ceiling, interlace your fingers, and you can do a warrior finger here, which actually really helps. Take your legs a little wider than your hips, just to give you a little more stability. And gently roll all the way over to the right without bending the right arm. Look to your fingertips and bring it back. Close your eyes and feel the internal movement of this action as the hips stay where they are and the upper body moves over. And come back slowly. Again, keep the hips stable. Just move the arms over. And come back slowly. Bring your arms down for a second and rest. Good. Now bring your arms back up. Interlace them. And now gently start going over to the left, keeping your legs very sturdy. And come back together with the head and shoulders. Everything going over to the left, except for the legs. And coming back. Go nice and slow. One more time, nice and slowly. Keeping both arms straight. And then coming back. And bringing your arms down. Rest them by your sides. In fact, rest your legs as well. Then bring your legs back up. Bring your arms back up. Take your left leg over your right leg. That's the way we started today. We're going to stay with that. Gently pull your arms over to the right. And now your legs over to the left. Look to the right. Bring them back. Notice how you're not going very far over to the right with the trunk. This action. So you start your arms because they're lighter. You start them first and then move your legs over just a little bit. Your legs will go further than your arms most likely, and then come back. Feel the ringing action of this in your body. You feel like the whole body's twisting out. It may be a little, this is not an easy one for me. I really struggle with this. And then I'm going to bring my arms down and I'm going to rest. I'm going to do the other side before we do this. Bring it all together and 2 more elements, just 2 more elements. Maybe actually there's 3. Take a deep breath. Bring your arms up. Right leg over left. Moving rather softly and gently. Arms moving over, then the legs. And then coming back. Arms moving over, then the legs. And then coming back. And then again, everybody. Nice. Good. And now bring your arms down, bring your legs down and rest. There's a huge activation in the spine. See if you can just breathe, relax, and feel any of that activation of the spine. That kind of, you feel like you wrung out the whole body and that there's a difference in the location of where the hips are to the shoulders. Anybody feel that? Maybe. She's going, yes, good. Okay. Sometimes we're not even aware how we've kind of dislocated our levelness to our hips and movement. Okay, good. Just take a few deep breaths and let this work come into you because this is really important work. This it's not sexy, but it's definitely powerful. When we're moving, we've created that freedom in the neck and shoulders. And when we're moving in these positions, we're really allowing our head and our trunk to move either together or to move separately. We've created that nice freedom now that when you sit up, you can you'll know your neck will move more freely. And then if you wanted to move your trunk over, your trunk and neck will communicate with each other in a nicer way. Okay, so here's our other element. We're continuing this wringing out of the neck and shoulders and the trunk relationship for walking. So we're going to make our legs go a little wider here. And we're going to bring our arms up about not quite as tall as your shoulders, a little bit under your shoulders. And then as you take your legs over to the left, pull your right arm down to your right heel and take your left arm all the way up. Look over your shoulder, but keep your right shoulder tucked under. But you're looking to the left now. So pivot the whole head around, not just your eyes. Turn your whole head around to see your eyes. Sometimes we just take our eyes over. Take your whole head over. Then start rotating all the way simultaneously over to the right. And you've touched your left shoulder, your left heel. And now tuck your left shoulder under. Turn your whole head over to the right. Doesn't that feel good? Turning your whole head over, not just your eyes. Then we've actually been, maybe it feels a little freer than it did before. You can turn your whole head over. We're looking under that arm. Then you're doing that again. Now I'm going to have you come all the way over to the right. Bring your right arm down to touch your knee and pull your left arm up and look over to the left. Your legs are still going to the right. So now we're just reversing the twist a little bit. Turn your whole head over. Then we're going to bring everything we're doing, the first movement, just the way we did before. Moving the legs over to the left. We're looking under our right armpit. Good. Now without moving our legs, we're going to just throw our arms down and we're going to pivot. Oops, I'm sorry. We were looking for, let me bring your left arm down to your knee and bring your right arm up and look under your right armpit as your legs are to the left. So then we're going to do this again. We're going to go all the way over to the left. And our right arm is up. And we look under our right armpit. Then we bring our right arm down. We pull our left arm up and we look under our left armpit. And then we come back up, nice and neutral. We start again. We're going to take our legs over to the left. Our right arm is coming up. We're tucking that right arm under. We're bringing our right hand down to our, we're bringing our right hand down to our right heel. Move your left arm up, look under your left shoulder, look over your left armpit. Just change the arms. So you go opposite direction with the head to the left. First you go in the same direction, now you go in the opposite. And one last time. Bring the leg slowly over to the right. To the right. Bring your left arm down to your left heel. Bring your right arm up and look under your right armpit. So you're looking the same direction as the legs. Then we're going to pivot it. Keep the legs where they are and just pivot with your head looking all the way over. And then bring it back slowly. As the legs go to the left, right, your right hand reaches for the right heel. The left arm goes up, pivot your whole head over to the left, look to the left. And now keeping the arms, legs where they are, bring your left hand to the left knee and your right arm up and turn your whole head around to look under your armpit. And now come back slowly, both arms coming back, head coming back, feet coming back. Then relax your legs. And rest. Huge activation in the hips, shoulders, and everything, yes. And we just have one more action here before we do our relaxation. One last one for the trunk. I really like these. You can really see if there's a lot of tension in the hips. So if you want to do rocking around a little bit, rock. And that's actually our next action. Take your legs a little wider now, not as wide as your mat, not as wide as your mat, but a little less wide. And just find a happy place. A lot of activation going on, so just breathe. This one is easy. This one is easy. It's just putting together, but going in opposite directions. Well, we already did it, but we're just going to put it together as a movement. So just pretend that you're skiing and you're going to take your legs over to the right, your arm goes up to the, legs go to the left, arm goes up, then switch it around slowly. And you're just doing this pivoting action. The very last element that we did before Watching that rocking of the hip. Watching this nice dance of the arms going up and the legs going in the opposite direction. Very smooth, much smoother now. Much easier to just dance the legs side to side, arms and head moving freely. Try to really roll on the top of that head so you get the benefit of the neck release, tucking that shoulder under each time as it reaches up. And this 2 more times, nice and slowly, close your eyes and feel the freedom of that. Yeah, nice. Yeah. So you might find it easier today to walk and to move, to do a bunch of different stuff. All right. And so just lay down now. So when we do this much activity, we need a little more rest. A little more rest in 5 minutes. So usually my teacher said 10 minutes should give. If we do a continuous movement like that, because you want to take it all in, right? More importantly, as you soften, soften on the ground, you're going to become more aware of all the sensations that you've just created in your body. Sensations and body awareness, they come together. And that sensation and body movement, as we were doing, then reprograms the brain. It's a sensory motor loop. There's a lot of release in the shoulders and the neck and the trunk. You'll find this helps all your other activities, whether you're squatting or gardening or walking or Tai Chi, whatever you're doing. Here comes a plane, but don't put your focus on the plane. Stay focused with the breath. It's a helicopter. Talk you through. Some oligarch coming to play at the casinos. So very gently feel the back of your head now. If you let your head, which is really heavy, about 16 pounds, let it just feel like it's totally supported on the floor. Now you don't have to hold it up at all, because you don't. You're on the ground, let it go. Then feel the same thing with your neck. There's a space between your neck and the floor.
What?
Just let it go.
Yes.
Oops.
The little white picture in the cupboard by the.
We'll mute her. And now the shoulders. First, put all your awareness on the right shoulder. Make sure it's tucked under and feels totally free. Now the left shoulder. Tuck that under. Feel the shoulder blades drooping towards the floor. So don't hold on to them. Now you're on the back side of the body. Then the rib cage. Did a lot of movement in this area, the rib cage moving side to side, trunk moving side to side. See if you can feel, as you take a deep breath, the rib cage moving a little easier in the body with the breath. And then focus on the hips. The right hip first, relax. Then the left hip. the sit bones. And the bottom of the pelvic body. Base of the pelvic body. And from there, you're going to relax the right leg, knee, ankle, and the foot. And then the toes. Relax the toes. Now relax the left leg, the left ankle. I mean the knee. Sorry, the knee. Can't miss the knee. Got the ankle, the foot, and the toes. Find those toes and relax them. The top of the foot and the back of the foot. And then very gently begin to bring your awareness back up from the toes. So now we're doing simultaneously. We've just got a few more minutes. As we move back up slowly, bring your awareness up the legs, up the front of the body, up to the top of the head. And then when you're ready, take 3 breaths and sit up. Okay, a couple people have to leave early. Come a little closer. Put our hands together so we can namaste each other. Namaste.
Namaste.
Good job, you guys. That was a very concentrated trunk movement. How was it? Okay. Yeah? Okay, good. How about you, Jimena? How was that for you?
I have been in a lot of pain, especially in my hips, my left hip, my left knee and foot. And this felt liberating, just moving my legs back and forth. I don't know, I'm so thankful to the class, to you. Thank you so much.
Bye. I gotta go.
Bye, Lori. She has to go. The cat's better though. Maybe that
Bye,
was the
Lori.
vet calling her. I think that could have been the vet calling her. She'll let me know. Well, I'm glad to hear that. You know, it's so simple, these tension things that happen. And oh, we get so, I don't know, I always get like, oh my God, what's happening? You know, so just remembering to do the stretches helps. That's good. I'm glad that helped.
Yeah. I wanted to ask on both the elbow lift and the head lift. Is it basically that we're lifting as far as we can, you know, without exaggerating the lift?
Yeah. You want to lift, you know, in the beginning, you're maybe only going to lift a little bit because you're trying to get this whole side of the body to let go. You're isolating the action of the elbow. This action here, you can see how it all works, right? You can feel the integration of the lateral side of the body, the scapula, the scapular minor, major. And so you just want to rest your head really heavy and just lift a little bit. And as you keep progressing, it'll lift more. You just want to watch for the urge. Now, sometimes when I can see that the person can lift a little more, I encourage it, like Rosanna, I wanted, and George. I know that they could get a little higher. So after you've been doing it for a while, you want to say to yourself, okay, how high can I go? And then you just see. But by that time, this whole area is very stretched, and it shouldn't feel like a force. None of these exercises should feel like you're forcing it. If you get to that point where you're using more muscle than brain, which can happen a lot, you know, we're used to that, then you just slow it down, imagine the movement 3 or 4 times and let the body just do it. You don't actually have to do it. You think you do, but if you just let it go and program the brain, it'll do it for you. So go with what the brain is programming for you. Especially if there's a lot of tension, you don't want to fight against these shoulder muscles. You want to let them go so that the elbow can move by itself. If this arm can move, you know, pretty high, but when there's a lot of tension here, it doesn't go very far. So you want to, by contracting it, by lifting that elbow, you're contracting all the upper muscles, shoulders here, and then they let go. So you're actually pendiculating them, yeah? When you do this one for the head, it's super important that it's super slow, because here you're just like, this is the floor. Imagine that you're seeing me on the bottom of the floor, right? I've got my head down. I'm just lifting so slowly. And I just lift my eyes up. And each time I lift my eyes a little more. I can literally feel my neck muscles contracting. Did anybody else feel that? Yes?
Yes.
You want to do that super slowly, because these muscles are contracting all day long without your knowledge. Now what we're doing is we're forcing that contraction. Okay, we're doing it with awareness. And then what happens is when you do that, you're sending a message to the brain saying, oh, she wants to let those muscles go. And so the neck muscles then let go, and you've created all this freedom in the neck.
Aggie, on that one, on the head lift, I felt that each time we dropped our head back down, my shoulders were more relaxed. They seemed to come closer to the ground. Each one was an amazing sensation.
Yes, isn't that great? Now did anybody else feel that? Gwen's kind of saying maybe. Lola, Davy, anybody? Yeah, well, when that happens, you've actually done exactly what this exercise is meant to do. Liberate that neck from the shoulders holding it up. So you've worked those neck muscles. Now they're doing the work, and shoulders can go. I can relax. I don't need to hold this dumb head up. The muscles, the appropriate muscles are doing it instead of me. But once those muscles on the neck are super contracted, they can't hold your head up very well. So the shoulder muscles go, oh, I got to help her. She's not holding that head up, you know. So then those shoulder muscles get involved. And then that's when we're screwed, essentially, because then everything is tighter and tighter. And pretty soon, it's like just turning your head's a pain in the head, a pain in the butt, right? Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Okay. Anything else? Anybody else? You feeling good?
Alive. Energy.
Beverly, how you feeling? She's kind of nosy here.
Nothing was easy, but I have a question.
Yeah, okay.
Below is the movements where it was not easy for me, but I have a question. This is my personal thing, but and I may have mentioned it before. On my right side, that pocket on between the scapula and the spine, there's a lot of tingling, and so when I think it was that one. No, it was another one. Every time I went up, then the tingling occurred. And does that mean I'm working it correctly? Or
it's
a nerve thing, I think.
It can be, but if you had a big nerve thing there, sometimes you're just a sensation. If it's a very big nerve thing, you're going to have a response somewhere else in the body. Like you're going to have some kind of limitation starts showing up because that nerve is pinched. You're going to be in a lot of pain. But if you're only in a lot of pain, constant pain, if there's a nerve pinched, you're going to be in constant pain. Now, just moving that and getting a little sensation there, that's okay. A little bit of tingling there is okay. You're actually maybe waking that up. If you've got a nerve pain, nerve pain is only tingling if you have neuropathy, which is also some kind of pressure on the nerve in some other part of the body. So you may have more tension in the neck. I would just do it a little slower. I would just kind of go breathe it first and just go a little less action and see if that helps.
Yeah, and on the right side, when we did it on the left and the right, we did the right, I really felt that tension on the right side of the neck.
Yeah, the first several months of doing this exercise by Sandy, just to put my head over was so painful. I thought I was going to die because you remember I had my neck injury, right? And it didn't matter which side I was doing it. The first time I could put my hand there, but if I could just to do this, my head and hands, they weren't even touching. My head wouldn't even go over that far, and there was so much pain. But I want to tell you, don't give up, because it's gotten easier and easier and easier and easier. And I feel like I'm waking that all up. Even though there is arthritis there, my neurologist said, well, you're not going to be able to move your head or your arms by the time you're 69. Well, I'm 71. So don't believe everything the doctors tell you. You do have to fight back, though. You do have to learn about your body. So don't worry unless you get something that feels like a real pinching, but that's super pain. You'll feel that. It was painful, but as soon as I came back, and it took maybe an hour after I did it for the pain to go away. I'm super contracting against those absolutely shortened muscles. And that's why you're feeling that much sensation in the right. And you might be, try to do some things with your left hand and start your exercises on the left rather than on your right. Even so, I'll remember that, because if you do the opposite, your brain will have a chance to reprogram where your over dominance on one side. You're over dominant on one side. We tend to be over dominant on one side. So try to do some things with the opposite hand, even if it's just opening the car door, even if it's just opening a cupboard or anything else, to get some of that energy moving to the other side. Yes, Davey, you have a question? No, you're just swimming. Okay. Does that help, Beverly?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else? That's it. Okay, don't forget we have the chant on Saturday. It should be really fun. We have our class on Friday, the somatic to yin, which everybody loved last week. So we'll have that again. And then the yoga nidra for 15 minutes, which is that deep relaxing. And I'll be very careful not to go too fast with the breathing, Gwen. I counted too fast. Go slow. Okay. And any feedback, love it all. I appreciate it. So thank you, guys.
Thank you, Agi.
Thank you, sweetie. Nice to see you, Jimena. Nice to see everybody.
Yeah.
Many blessings to you all. Have a great day.
You too,
Bye.
Agi. Aloha.
Aloha. You're so cute. Say aloha to them. They love you. They love you.
Bye, sister.
Bye, sweetheart.